let's talk about Caitlin Clark, because she's the breakout star of the WNBA right now. Jamel Hill compares Clark to Steph Curry for being relatable to fans, but claims the fact that she's a straight white woman plays a big role in the hype around her. It's not the numbers.
You know, I agree with Jamel Hill. First off, I just want to say that I have been playing basketball since I was 5 days old in the womb, and I have loved basketball ever since then. Like, although I ultimately decided to be a race-baiting lawyer on TV, my first love, it was basketball. I have always wanted to see the WNBA grow in popularity because the women work hard and they deserve it. Except Caitlin Clark. She doesn't deserve any recognition because she isn't a POC, she isn't an LGB, and she isn't an XYZ. They hired me to speak. They didn't hire me to make sense. You know, if I'm being honest, the only reason Caitlin Clark is getting so much attention is because she has white privilege, she has straight privilege, she has pretty privilege, she has tall privilege, she has skinny privilege, she has the privilege of having 2 eyes, 2 feet, 2 hands, 2 legs that work. She has a privilege MasterCard, and I'm sure she has other privileges that she didn't earn. And those privileges have helped her get where she is. And I can't relate. Hello everyone, if you're a new viewer, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. If this is your second, third, fourth time watching one of my videos and you're not yet subscribed, we already go together. Okay, make it official and hit that subscribe button. Today we need to talk about Sunny Hostin. I am so tired of this woman. In case you couldn't tell by my intro, I really think at this point they need to fire her, but they won't, because the only time people pay attention to this show is when Sunny goes viral for saying some dumb shit like the solar eclipse was caused by climate change, or saying that Black or Latino Republicans are an oxymoron, because apparently all ethnic minorities are obligated to act and think the same way. I'm genuinely convinced that in her contract it stipulates that she has to say things that are divisive to help bring in views, because let's be honest, at least half of the viewership are people who just hate watch The View, and so today is no different. The show is currently going viral because of Sunny's ignorance. The topic of discussion was an article written by sports commentator Jamel Hill, where she said the reason that Caitlin Clark is popular is because of her white privilege. Here's the clip.
Jamel Hill compares Clark to Steph Curry for being relatable to fans, but claims the fact that she's a straight white woman plays a big role in the hype around her. Is not the numbers that she puts on the scoreboard. So I want to point something out. She is the NCAA's all-time leading scorer of men and women. In February, she broke the women's record. In March, she broke Pistol Pete Maravich's 3,667 point record. She's had more 30-point games than anyone in the past 25 years. Okay? She holds a single season 3-point record for women. She's the Big Ten's all-time leader in assists. Now listen, you know, when people say stuff like that, that's like people saying, oh, you only got into this Ivy League college because you're black, or you only got this because of this. This girl earned this.
Now, I pretty much never agree with what Whoopi has to say, but today she got it right. Caitlin Clark has become a household name because she is an anomaly. No woman has done what she has been able to do in women's basketball. Now, I personally don't watch a lot of sports. If the Toronto Raptors are doing well, then I'll watch. You know, the Super Bowl I will watch, but other than that, I don't really watch that much sports, and I have never in my life watched the WNBA, but even I know who Caitlin Clark is.
Transition, yes! She's Diana Taurasi, she's Steph Curry, she's insert great shooter.
But prior to Caitlin Clark becoming so well known, the only time I saw anyone talk about women's basketball was when Brittany Griner got arrested in Russia, or when people are talking about the salary disparity between the WNBA and the NBA, and I would see people counter that argument with clips like this. That's the only time I heard people talk about women's basketball until this year when Caitlin Clark was all over my social media feeds being compared to Steph Curry and getting acknowledgement for breaking Steph Curry's NCAA record for three-pointers in a season. But of course, Sunny Hostin thinks that her talent is irrelevant because she's white.
You know, I've been a basketball fan since I can remember. I played basketball with my dad in Harlem when I was 5 years old. So I remember loving the game, and the game not necessarily loving women back, right? At all. And the WNBA started in 1996. First games played in 1997. It's 2024, and we're just really now talking about it. And so if Caitlin Clark is the vehicle that will bring this sport that I have loved so much and so long to little 5-year-old girls playing in Harlem, I say yes, bravo. I have no problem with that. With that being said, I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege. There is a thing called white privilege. There is a thing called tall privilege. And we have to acknowledge that. And so the part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, you know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her. Not because she was black, but because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
This is part of my point. So now, you know, Caitlin Clark is bringing this money, these sponsorships, we hope, into the league, and other players will benefit from it. But I do think that she is more relatable to more people because she's white, because she's attractive. And unfortunately, there still is that stigma against the LGBTQ plus community. 70% of the WNBA is black. A third of the players are in the LGBTQ plus community. And we have to do something about that stigma in this country. I think that people have a problem with basketball playing women that are lesbian.
No, they don't. If you were to do a random poll of 100 men and 100 women who already do not watch the WNBA and ask them why they don't watch it, I'm confident none of them will say it's because 1/3 of the NBA are lesbians.
Let's be honest.
I'm sure most people weren't even aware that 1/3 of the WNBA were lesbians until Sunny said it. Anytime I've ever asked a guy why they watch the NBA but not the WNBA, I pretty much always get the same answer, and the answer is that they don't like to watch women's basketball because it's just not competitive. It's not as entertaining as the men's league. They want to see these athletes do dunks, they want to see them, you know, do all these cool maneuvers, and you just don't get that same entertainment value from the women's league.
Instead of Brittany Griner, a dunk for us here live. Go right ahead. Oh, we'll give her another shot. Hang on, just we'll give her another shot. I don't even think I can touch the bottom of the net. All right, give us a good one. Here it comes, Brittany Griner again. Lace up the shoes. Get them all ready. It's like back in the day with the D Brown Reebok pumps. You got to pump them up a little bit.
Pump them up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And as far as, you know, women go, a lot of women are just not interested in sports. And when they do watch sports, it's usually because they have a man in their life that watches sports, whether it's their husband, their boyfriend, their uncle, their brother, their roommate, their friend, whoever. A lot of women, not all, but a lot, will only watch sports that the men around them are watching.
What's he into? Sports? I can get into sports. What the hell else does he like?
And so if the men aren't watching the WNBA, most women are not going to go out of their way to put it on. It has nothing to do with the race or sexuality of the players. It's just a difference in interests. But I really take issue with Sunny making it seem like black athletes don't get recognition. Tiger Woods brought more attention to golf. Serena and Venus brought more attention to tennis. And most recently, Naomi Osaka has brought a lot of attention to tennis. Simone Biles has brought attention to gymnastics. Plenty of black athletes have been able to bring renewed interest to their sports. It just so happens that this time around for the WNBA, the person who is doing it is Caitlin Clark.
Y'all act like you never seen a white person before.
The fact that they are diminishing her accomplishments because of her ethnicity is racist. I know Sonny likes to say that black people can't be racist. Yes, they can, and you are.
There was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year. Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years.
Well, so there you have it. I really hope that the media doesn't further lean into making this a white versus black thing. I mean, when someone is a talented player, their talent should speak for themselves. You shouldn't have to diminish someone because of their ethnicity. Like I mentioned in the video, there are so many black athletes that get a lot of attention. It is okay for a white athlete to excel sometimes. It's okay. Nobody's gonna die.
Did you die? But did you die?
But what do you guys think? Do you think that Sunny Hostin was out of pocket for what she said? Do you think that there was some validity to what she said? Do you watch the WNBA? Are you going to watch the WNBA? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section down below. If you made it this far in the video and you enjoyed it and you're not yet subscribed, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm very close to 100,000, so I appreciate all of you who are supporting my channel by subscribing, and I appreciate all of you who are supporting me on Patreon. I'm going to start uploading more content to Patreon, so look out for that. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.